Good morning, happy people. Hear, O Israel, the Lord your God is one. You shall love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, with all your mind, and with all your strength. I made a commitment in one of my previous videos to start every video with that. The reason being is because it is called the Shema, and very few people know anything about it, unfortunately. But according to Yeshua, it's the greatest commandment. And we're going to read about it, and then we're going to go into it. And there's going to be a several part series of videos on the Shema prayer. So let's get into the word real quick. I'm going to paraphrase the first verse, which is, "Then one of the scribes came and asked him, which is the first commandment of all?" The first commandment of all. Yeshua answered him and said, "The first of all commandments is, Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God, the Lord is one. And you shall love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, with all your mind, and with all your strength. This is the first commandment." Why is that the greatest commandment? Because it pretty much encompasses everything. If we love the Lord our God with all our heart and with all our mind and with all our strength, everything else will follow. So in Hebrew, the prayer goes like this: Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad Valahava et Adonai Eloheha Beho lavecha ubeho nafsheha ubeho nehodeha. Now, I didn't do that just to impress you that I know a little bit of Hebrew, because trust me, it's not very impressive. But what we're going to do in the following series is we're going to look at this prayer in the Hebrew, and we're going to do a word study of each individual word. The Hebrew language is far deeper than English, and many times, unfortunately, in our English translation, it loses a lot in the translation. It's many times not the fault of the translators. Sometimes it is, because they wanted to skew us away from Judaism and into the new found Christianity, which was formed in 300 AD. Video for another day, and plenty of them out there anyway on the internet. But we're going to look at each word, and the first one we're going to start with is Shema. Listen, hear, O Israel. Now, listening to us is like right now. I'm sitting here at a dock in the truck, in a warehouse being unloaded, and I can hear air brakes, I can hear motors, I can hear dockmen shouting orders to trucks. I can hear. I'm taking in sounds. All right. Shema is more than just taking in sounds. Shema is one word which has a double meaning. There's one guy I listen to a lot, Tom Bradford, highly recommend him. He talks about the reality of duality. And when it comes to looking into the Bible and the Hebrew language and many other things, many things we hear or know have double meanings. Shema is a word like that. Shema doesn't mean just hear or listen. It means listen and obey. Listen and obey. There is no separate word for listen or obey. Shema means Shema. When God speaks, we hear and we are to obey. My daughter, she makes excuses sometimes for not cleaning her rooms, as you heard a car horn, or a truck horn a minute ago. That's just sounds. I'm not going to obey the truck horn. Anyway, that's the hazards of me doing things this way. Anyway, I have a daughter, and she might want to do something, and she'll talk to my wife and I, and we'll make a decision, and she will disagree with our decision and maybe try to persuade us a different direction or to get her way, as 8-year-olds do. And in the process, we'll listen the first time, and if she has not swayed our decision in any way. And she continues, we will say, Shema, which means the decision has been made. Listen and obey. Shema. All right? Now, the problem is in our faith, in our Western culture, we go to church and we read and we hear the Word of God, but we're not too keen on obeying it. This is why I have gone the direction I have in my faith, is because I've come to realize that as a follower of Yeshua, I need to obey his voice. And in John 15, he says, if you love me, keep my commandments. Well, the only commandments given were in the first part of the book. You know, and we have been taught a replacement theology that says that the law has been done away with. Yeshua did not do away with the law. He absolutely, if you show me one place where Yeshua, Jesus, actually says, yeah, the law's been changed, and really it has, and it's not a mistranslation, and we can get into it, I'll believe you. But until then, I'm going to continue to eat kosher. I'm going to continue to keep Sabbath. I'm going to continue to keep the feast days. And there's a blessing in them. But that's not why I do it. I do it because I'm shemaing. I'm hearing God say, do this and obey this. So this is a short video, our first word, Shema. Feel free to like, subscribe, and comment. Not in this, as I said before, to grow a big YouTube channel, but just putting out some thoughts out there so that people that are in my congregation but can't be there on Friday nights all the time have a chance to see what's being covered. And until later, shalom.